Hey guys, the Explorer 4 here, Horrorboy 465, aka Nate Murphy. Once again, back to another live stream video. Not only has it been a while since I've done a live stream, but it's also been a long time since me and Colton, who I have with me today, it's been a while since we talked about a WWE idea, concept, and put it on a live stream for you guys. So Colton kind of told me today what he wanted to do, and I thought it was a pretty interesting concept. So today we're talking about multiple things. Talking about Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, stuff like that, ETC, etc., etc. You guys know what I'm talking about.
ET3.
ET3, yeah. Well, basically, we're going to be talking about different things in this video. And I know that Colton has a lot to get off his shoulders about Brock Lesnar. So do I. And hope you guys enjoy. Once again, this is opinion based. So if you guys don't agree, it's totally fine. It's all about opinions. Let's be nice to each other. And yes. So to kick off the discussion, talking about Brock Lesnar, the first topic. And we've both been kind of wishy-washy with Brock Lesnar for a long time, but I think especially right now with where he's at in the company, it's kind of like right now he needs to drop that belt. He needs to get rid of that belt right now.
He needs to get rid of it. It's driving everyone crazy, upset, mad, etc. It's like why? Why have it? Like, we don't have a belt on Raw besides Ice Team, Tag Team.
The belt is pointless right now. You don't even see it at all.
Right. And it's stupid because if a Raw guy wins Money in the Bank, who are they going to cash in on? Seth Rollins? Or like just wait till he decides to show up because he's not.
I know.
He's not defending that Money in the Bank. He's not defending. If Vince is doing this to tick us off or want us to see that, oh, maybe we would like Roman Reigns as champion. I don't know if this is an experiment or Vince has just lost his marbles, but I'm getting sick and tired of part timers holding that belt. The last two, Goldberg and now Brock.
I'll take Brock. I'll take Roman Reigns. I don't care at this point.
I would rather take, and this is coming from my heart. I'd rather take Enzo.
Okay, now you know it's really bad if you're taking Enzo, dude.
Exactly, but I've been gaining a lot of respect for him because he's actually wrestling again in a different promotion, and he wants to get better, which I respect. So,
what's he wrestling in?
I have no idea. Some like no name company.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, as long as he's trying to get better, that's all that matters, you know.
See, I don't always hate.
All right. I know.
But back to
he ain't a saint. He's done some things, but you know.
That rap video. Woo! Oh my goodness. But back to Brock, it's like, why? Like, why are we having a Universal Champion who decides, oh, I'll show up on this Raw and get paid $400,000 or etc. just to show up because he doesn't want to show up?
Yeah, he gets paid more to show up.
Like, I would rather have Kurt Hawkins as Universal Champion. I would rather have
This man's desperate.
I am desperate. I would rather have
Byron Saxton be the champion.
No, I would rather have an empty bottle of Mountain Dew as Universal Champion.
Freaking Moppy.
I'd rather have a Monster Energy drink as champion. I'd rather have Dana White as Universal Champion. I'd rather have anybody besides Brock Lesnar at this point. Because it's not like, oh, it's Brock Lesnar. Cool. It's Brock Lesnar. He decides to show up now. Oh, so he's getting paid to show up and then getting more money to go out a pay-per-view and win. It's getting kind of ridiculous because, in my honest opinion, if you watch the Greatest Royal Rumble, which I did, he don't have that belt. Roman should have that belt. I thought it was the first person's feet to hit the floor, not back against a cage. Like, if you watch that match,
I seen the ending replay of it.
He hit his back.
It was totally botched. It shouldn't have been Brock. It was script on paper. It was Brock, but it shouldn't have been Brock called as the winner.
It was so stupid. Like, it was obviously Roman won because his whole body hit the floor before Lesnar even rolled over. Like, how was someone on a cage win the match when nothing of his hit? Nothing.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll tell you why they're doing this, and I think it worked in the beginning, but you build up Brock as this unstoppable beast, and I love that. I haven't always hated Brock. I've actually been a really big fan of Brock because Brock has always been the guy that has been the mountain to climb in wrestling ever since he came back, and I like that. Granted, there have been a couple matches that obvious were just there to be squash matches, like him versus John Cena and stuff like that, but you know, I think the best thing about Brock Lesnar is that he really is that challenge to see what the new guys would push themselves to. But the thing is, now that he's been Universal Champion for nearly 2 years, it's like he's squashing people, he's hitting people with one F5, and the whole 2017 year was to kind of build up that F5. And of course, and the spear. And it was supposed to pay off at WrestleMania, but Vince changed his mind at WrestleMania. Like it made your whole year pointless. It makes your belt look meaningless.
And then he threw the belt at the wall.
Yeah, and it makes Brock is now mad, and Brock is pissed and wants more money, which means they're probably going to have him show up less because he's going to have to get paid more money, and that's Steam. But it's like that, and with him showing up less, it's going to cause a little bit more people to lose respect for that championship. And I'm not saying that Brock is not a good champion. Brock is, like, when he gets in there, he definitely pushes his opponents to the max. But
show up every day.
Yeah, like, show up more, work for it more, and he's getting paid for showing up a handful of days that guys don't even get paid to show up for the whole year. And that's the biggest problem with me, is that he can show up whenever he wants, but there's guys who, if they did that, they get fired, and he's getting paid as much or maybe most likely more than most of the guys who show up every single week. And that's just ridiculous. That's an unbalanced scale right there. I bet you since AJ's champion, he can't go take weeks off like that.
I don't think
Which
he wants weeks off, though.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, if even if he tried to, I bet Vince wouldn't allow it.
Nope.
I would even say, I'm going to go out and limit that Roman can't do that, because Roman is considered a full-time employee. Brock, I don't think, is considered full-time, which I understand that, but it ends up making the belt look bad. It makes the champion look bad, and
it makes the company look
bad. And the brand of Raw looks really weak, because here you are with a champion who was supposed to get beat by Roman Reigns, and if you're going to have a plan go through it, don't just change it, because then it makes it ultimately lame. Because now, who's going to stop Brock? Seth? I don't know, maybe. Finn? He's apparently not over, from Vince's words. Who else is on Raw that can stop Brock Lesnar? Nobody else I can see besides maybe Roman Reigns, and the really big main eventers can beat Brock Lesnar. And they've all been taken out. AJ,
he's on SmackDown.
Yeah, but he faced Brock and lost, so it's like, with that and Roman losing, and
it's like we need Goldberg back again.
Yeah, but they don't have a Goldberg character right now, and that's what's really hurting. And people are saying maybe if Daniel got switched to Raw, that maybe Daniel Bryan could take him on. I don't see that happening. I don't see Sami Zayn happening or Shinsuke happening. None of those people.
I'm addressing the elephant in the room. If you're a Daniel Bryan fan, you're gonna get ticked at me. He can't beat Brock Lesnar. Point blank, he can't beat Brock Lesnar. If you watch that SummerSlam match against John Cena, he will get worse than Cena. He will get suplex after suplex after suplex after suplex after probably punches, and then busted open, and then more suplexes, and then an F5, and if he kicks out, another F5, and then 1, 2, 3. But Daniel, that is why I don't understand Daniel Bryan fans. They think he can beat everybody. He's not freaking Cena 2.0 here. He's not Brock Lesnar. He can lose, and don't. I'm gonna save this for when we talk about who. Other boy that we mentioned who should have beaten. Who should have beat Brock.
Should have beat Brock?
Should have beat Brock at WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
You said his name, Roman.
Roman? Yes. Yeah, you could say Roman. I was lost, wait, Roman?
Yes, Roman.
He who must not be named?
He must who not be named me. It's just...
Who else right now, who else can you name right now who you think can step in the ring with Brock Lesnar and beat him beside Roman Reigns?
No one.
because
not a single
they don't
person.
build people up like that anymore.
Nope, they built Roman, and they fricked it up. They fricked it up at Mania, and then
Now say this.
Wait, Strowman.
Strowman can, but this is another option. Drew McIntyre, because Drew McIntyre is fresh in the roster. We haven't really seen him lose to people too much.
He's only lost, I think, in a battle royal, a tag team.
Yeah. So I'm interested in Drew. I was interested in maybe Big Cass. I want to see what maybe Big Cass would do. People said he would get squashed. I would be interested in a heel Big Cass versus Brock, because look what Samoa did. Samoa was obviously a little smaller than Big Cass, and not Big Cass, but Brock Lesnar, and came with intensity. Now, granted, the match had one F5, which ended it, which I didn't care for, but I want to see what they could do with Big Cass. And can you imagine Big Cass's career taking off after that? I mean, he'll be in the big leagues. And even right now, wrestling Daniel Bryan, that's taking him up. But, you know, it's just right now, it's like WWE doesn't make up their mind. Like, okay, give us a Roman Reigns. I don't care if he's champion. As long as he shows up, he's going to be on Raw. He's going to be at every single pay-per-view defending the belt. I don't care if you had to put it on Roman, even though he's getting booed, because he's always going to get booed unless you do one thing that I think can change it, and if you turn him heel, which is what everybody else is saying, which everybody else wants, but Vince doesn't want him to turn heel because of the poster boy.
Or do the one thing that that one channel we watched, WrestleMania.
Lamia?
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yep. What he said was take him off TV, have him come back.
Yeah, do that. The silent treatment. Have him come back as a completely new character.
Get rid of the Shield outfit, have him come back and attack the biggest. Have him attack Seth or Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Have him snap on someone that you wouldn't think, and then boom, it's like, holy crap. And no more of this. No more of this, unless it's coming from him.
Yeah, don't script it. That's the thing. He's good.
Don't write for him. Let him say it, and less of it, and then more fist.
Yeah, and I said this before. It's a bold statement, but I stand by it. I think Roman Reigns can be a CM Punk on the microphone, because CM Punk didn't have a script. Nope. Roman, when he was in NXT, he didn't have a script, and if he did, he didn't really use it too much. He would be able to free roam with the stuff. And look what the stuff he did as a heel in NXT. That's like a taste. I should tell you, obviously, if he's getting booed as a face, turn him a heel. What is so wrong with that logic? But Vince is seeing it from business. He's like, I want Roman to be the poster boy because nobody else will be. I'm like, you have AJ. AJ alone can be your poster boy if you want.
He is
a good poster boy.
He is a good poster boy. It's just, I can just picture, like, him. Imagine he's off TV for 6 months. He comes back. He don't have the Shield outfit. He comes back. He's got his hair's a little bit shorter. He doesn't talk. He don't have no Shield, and he just like, Seth is like, he's getting jumped. He comes out. He helps Seth, like, obviously, and then what the frick is that?
I don't know. Just something that popped up. Warning. Because I don't buy their virus protection stuff.
No. Scams.
Yeah, I know.
Have him help Seth, and then next thing you know, Seth turns around to a spear.
Yeah.
And then Roman turns heel, and everyone's like,
granted, he'd get booed, but it would match.
He might get cheered, because then everyone would be like, holy crap, they actually did the thing that no one thought would happen.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like what happened with Seth. Oh, you know how they cheered him, but then they booed him? Because right now, him being a face is not matching his crowd reaction. No. Now, if you would have made him heel, first of all, it'd make us all happier. He'd be a good champion, and he would be able to do what Brock does, only more often. Push people.
And better.
Yeah, and better.
Or don't even
keep Brock as your poster boy. You can keep Brock as a poster boy. Keep AJ Styles in. Heck, I think it's better for AJ Styles to be put in that spotlight instead of having Roman Reigns in there.
And he don't even have to have a belt. He can just
he can do something.
He can, like, have a monster heel run without a belt.
Yeah, and you don't have to give him the Universal if you don't want him to.
And then, like, as soon as you see, oh, he's getting better, the fans are starting to like it. Let's just slowly put him in a title match, and, like, let's see what happens. It's just, the fans are getting sick of the title opportunity he gets. They're getting sick of them being silenced because they audio his boos. They're sick of his gear, I'm guessing, because he wears basically a freaking Shield vest just with his logo on it. They're getting sick of him getting chance after chance.
For no real reason other than he's Samoan, and that Vince has good business with Samoans, and Vince wants him to be the poster boy
And
and the guy.
it's not Roman's fault. Like
It really isn't.
I don't hate Roman. I actually am one of the few people that actually
Yeah.
like Roman. But if I was Roman, I would tell Vince like, look, either fire me or turn me heel because I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I mean Roman has so much. Like Roman could be the star that Vince wants him to be. Vince is just not playing his cards right. If Vince wants that star, he's gonna have to play his cards the right way and get the right reaction. And it's not the one he wants. He wants the card where he's the face, he's the guy who runs the place, or he's the guy who leads the train. But we don't want that. We're like, maybe if you give him a heel turn, change him up, let him be a little bit more free in the microphone, give him space to do his own thing, like Stone Cold did, like Shawn Michaels did, like Triple H did. They all did. CM Punk. They all did their own thing. Roman is such a corporately molded guy that Vince has his claws on him and won't let him go.
Like I would like to see a segment to where, let's say he gets in trouble because he beats up let's say he beats up Brock Lesnar and then he hits an official and like he goes and then they put him in Vince's office and you just hear Vince yelling at him and then you see Vince go through a door like the door and it's like what and it's Roman
Yeah,
and
you
then
can make it a storyline.
and he picks up Vince, throws him against the wall and he says, "I'm about had it with this. I'm tired of being booed. I want to be cheered. I'm tired of it." Throws him and then spears him and then like he's like, "I don't need this vest anymore." Rips off the vest and then he's like he whips off the glove. He's like, "I don't need this crap anymore." And he storms out and we don't see him for like 6 months. He comes back and he's like, "Where did that come from?" It's like, no.
Yeah. I mean, like people said before, multiple reviewers and people that I've seen talk about wrestling, is that we all know that wrestling is fake. I mean, it's the obvious thing that's pointed out to us every single day as wrestling fans. But even though the audience is watching and knows that it's fake, when you cross the line a little, people get drawn to it. NWO, it's fake, but they did something with it where you're like, okay, is it all scripted or is there a little bit of shooting in this? And obviously there was, and that's what draws people. And I think that's what WWE doesn't need right now. They don't need to draw people, and that means that they don't have to put in the effort that makes a good weekly television show. And that's what I kind of wanted to break into in a second, but we'll save that for later. But focusing on the Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns thing, Roman would be the best character on Raw if they would just let him do his thing.
Right.
But like I said, Vince is just more concerned about making money. He's more concerned about keeping the parents and the kids happy and keeping the television promoters happy and keeping the posters filled with faces that he wants on there.
And H wouldn't hesitate. He'd be like,
yeah, absolutely.
heel.
H would totally turn him heel because he knows how to book good matches and good wrestling. And so does Shawn Michaels, and so does everybody else that books NXT. They know what the fans want.
Rodo cannot book SmackDown's everywhere. I'm sorry. Just have to point that out. He needs to watch Shawn.
Well, there's a lot of people who can't book Raw or SmackDown. Like those shows right now are some of the most scripted Raws and SmackDowns I've ever like. I don't want to sound bitter, but when I watched Raw and SmackDown back in the day, you couldn't tell if it was scripted or it wasn't. Like it was predetermined, but you couldn't tell if it was obviously scripted. Maybe it was a little personal, like Edge and John Cena and Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Yep. But now it's like I told Colton a couple of weeks ago when I watched Raw, Finn Balor came out and was the most scripted dialogue I've ever heard. I'm like, Finn is so much more better. Yeah, Strowman too. I'm like, these guys are so much more better than this. And it's so obvious they script it. And it's like, it irritates me because, like, if I can tell, and I'm a fan, but if I can tell it's scripted, I'm pretty sure that people who aren't fans can go and watch it and be like, yeah, this is fake. You're not supposed to put a television program on professional wrestling so that people tune in and go, yeah, that's obviously scripted. It needs to be drawing. It needs to look convincing. And when you're not making it look convincing, people are going to drop out. I mean, the numbers don't lie. I mean, the programs are dropping. But like I said, that's for later. But, yeah, I mean, Brock, I think, could be used better than what he's being used. And if Brock doesn't want to do the job anymore, then you should let Brock go if he doesn't want to do this anymore. If you just want to keep paying him and paying him and paying him, and like, oh, we don't want you to leave, so we're gonna pay you more. Like, it's what's the point?
ridiculous.
He's not gonna put effort into it.
He's not, and you can tell in his matches now, like he shows up those suplexes, F5s.
Yeah.
Why?
And he's getting paid more than I bet anybody else on that card, even Roman. I guarantee you, he's being paid more.
And it's gonna be the point where, like, if he walks in, I feel like this is gonna happen. If it happens, I'm gonna lose all respect for Vince. He's gonna walk in the UFC with the Universal title.
Yeah.
And if he does, I've lost all respect to Vince, because he's gonna let Brock Lesnar walk into a rival company that does real fights, hold your belt, and then probably get knocked out because he can't fight standing up. Like, I've watched Brock Lesnar's fights. If he gets you on the ground,
takedown, good.
If Brock Lesnar gets you on the ground, holy mother.
Lightning strike.
If he gets you on the ground, you are screwed. But if you go toe to toe with him, like Kane did, and Overing, friggin' Overing I think knocked him out. I'm like, huh? This man got the funniest knockout in UFC history. I'm like, what?
Anytime I hear about Overing anymore, he just gets knocked out. So I'm like,
He gets
like, why isn't this guy cut? Yeah, he's been knocked out like 3 pay-per-views in a row. Just saying.
He had a fight, I guess, in that last pay-per-view too. I don't know if he won or lost.
I think he got knocked out
again.
I think he gosh. Did. I swear, I think he did.
And he got hyped. He hyped it up so much. He's like, I'm gonna knock him out.
That happens every time, and he's sleeping.
I love him though. I like how he
got the heart. He got the heart.
Just like Punk, he got the heart. Okay. Speaking of Punk,
he's in the chin. Yeah.
Speaking of Punk, that was a terrible.
It was terrible, but CM Punk put everything he had in that fight.
You could tell.
But I knew since when CM Punk joined UFC, I was like, this is not going to be good. So I kind of knew it. I bit my tongue. I was like, let the guy do what he wants to do, but he's going to get the crap kicked out of him. And I think he chose to fight Mickey Gall. And I'm like, that's stupid. Like, why would you choose to fight a guy who's like 20 and you're like in your late 30s? Like, that's
almost
not
40.
Yeah, like. And UFC and WWE, they can bring back a 50-year-old and have him be champion, or a 40-year-old, because it's a little bit more lenient on that stuff. But for UFC, we're talking about a real sport that you need to go in there, and your age and your athleticism really. I'm not saying it doesn't apply to wrestling. I'm just saying it's more flexible with wrestling. You can work with wrestling a little bit more. Good case is that
you got
the Undertaker
train a lot more in UFC.
Yeah, you got to put training. You got to put training there. You got to learn how to do the actual martial arts moves. You got to learn what these guys. So CM Punk came in at like what, 36, 37?
I think he came in 39.
No, he's 39 right now, but
he was 38 then when he fought Mickey Gall.
Yeah, but he came in like 2 years before that, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he's been training for a long time.
He was like 36 probably.
Yeah, so he's training at 36. Let's say that, 36. Some of these guys have been training since they were 17 years old. And he's stepping into an octagon of these guys who know fighting at the back of their hand. Like, he knows wrestling at the back of his hand. So it's like, him choosing Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall's an insane fighter, great talent in UFC. I knew that it was going to be disastrous.
But he had the cojones to step out of a freaking wrestling ring into an octagon where they throw punches. Like wrestling, you can throw punches too, but it's not like full on punch. It's like like it still hurts, but it's not gonna be like, oh crap, I'm gonna get knocked out.
It's not. They have to make it to where you can still work afterwards.
Yeah, like not like, oh, full on punch, boom.
Like haymakers and stuff.
Yeah, haymakers, like freaking that. But he had the cojones to go in there and fight him, and he lost. And then he got another fight, and he looked 10 times better, but he still lost because the dude was just, I guess, better. But in the end, they both got let go, I think, by Dana, and I just want him to relax. I think it's time for him just to relax. If he wants to continue to fight, let him fight. He is a determined person. I will say that because it's Punk.
I think from a video I seen that I think he challenged, or he wants to do another challenge, but he said that he wants to do a a rematch with Mickey Gall. That, in my opinion, that's disastrous. He's almost 40 years old. Mickey Gall is still younger than him. Mickey Gall has more wins, and I think that's just going to be bad. Like CM Punk, I got respect for him for stepping in the octagon. It's a lot to do that, and not many people consider the fact he stepped into the octagon, and I have respect for him.
Someone.
Yeah, and that that last fight I think was good closure. For him to go out like he said he wanted to go out.
I just feel bad because that dude had to ruin it, kind of.
Yeah, like I wish he would have just gave CM Punk his all, because I'm pretty sure CM Punk would give him his all, and he really was trying to. But I guarantee you, if Mike Jackson wasn't playing around, that would have been a pretty good fight.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk slugging, taking hits, slugging back.
He took 2 big hits, and I was like,
yeah, he was hurt. He was really hurt. It
rocked him, and I'm like, dang, he's still like, oh, I'm like, dang, he got some cojones.
Yeah, he said he's either gonna go out winning or on a shield, and he went out on a shield, and that's I think how we should leave that. Plus, he's been cut already. You can't fight anymore. But what I think he should do, I think he should do whatever he wants to do. If he wants to do comic books, do that. If he wants to do radio shows, anything like that, interviews, stuff like that, do it. Like, do whatever he wants. And I hope that one day maybe he can come back to WWE. I don't know if he can.
I don't think he's ever gonna, man.
But burn bridges have always been repaired. Like Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, they've always been able to, patch up the
this is CM
relationships with the company.
CM I know. Punk, the man who says, I'm gonna not go back to wrestling. He means he's not going back.
I know.
Means he is stubbornest person. Like if he says it, he will stick with it, and that's why I like him, because he's determined. And maybe one day he will get a call, and he'll be like, look, we did you dirty. How about we give you the belt? We have a main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think one day they're going to realize that CM Punk at one point had a vision, and they didn't want to see it. And I think that when they finally do want to see it, they're probably going to give him the chance to have the vision come full circle.
It's just because he wants to do it.
Yeah, I think maybe I can see CM Punk coming back because maybe he doesn't want to come back for the company, but maybe he wants to come back for the fans. I could see that happen. Maybe he could just be like, the fans want to see me come back. I'm not doing UFC right now, so why not? It's the thing that, like many people have said, that I agree with. It's the sport that we all love him in, and it's like he went to UFC where most people didn't want him in, and it just kind of made me a little bit. I was like, if you want to do sport, I mean, why wouldn't you want to? But then again, CM Punk takes challenges. And he faces challenges, and he did lose, but he went in there and did what most of us wouldn't do, most of wrestlers wouldn't do, and I got respect for him and Brock Lesnar and Batista and all the other guys. Ken Shamrock, but they were before, I think, wrestling.
No, he went in the UFC. I think he was UFC, then he went to wrestling.
That's what. Yeah, he was there before, so he's like already used to it. He's like, punch me, I don't care if it's fake or not. But yeah, so. Brock Lesnar, and CM Punk, these are interesting topics to touch on, but CM Punk, I got respect for the guy, and I really do hope that one day he can come back. And
I would love to see him come back. I know everyone would, but I just don't know.
NXT Chicago, CM Punk returning to firm.
That would be funny.
Well, I'm just messing. At least if he came back and he didn't want to be part of the main roster, he could be part of NXT. I'm waiting it.
I'm winging it. Nah, I mean, Drew did it.
Yeah, but I say, there have been people who came back. I mean, Samoa, he didn't leave WWE, but he...
EC3.
Yeah, those guys are from big promotions and champions, so they came to NXT. Rhino, those guys.
He wasn't NXT, though.
Huh?
He wasn't NXT, though.
He wasn't?
He went straight to the main roster.
Oh. Well... Still, though, there's been a lot of people who've been champions, world champions, who came to NXT. But I think CM Punk, if he doesn't want to go to the main roster, if he goes to NXT, I'm fine with that, as long as we get CM Punk back in the ring. But it all depends on CM Punk. It depends on when he wants to come back. So maybe he can, maybe he can't. It all depends on when he's wanting to do it.
I will look the same back, but back to Lesnar for a second. I'm just sick of it. Like, it's time that we stand up and say we're tired of part timers. We want the people that deserve it, and it's time for us to say, look, Vince, we don't want this guy as our champion anymore because it's like, why Brock? Like, why? Like, it makes no sense because he's a part timer. He doesn't show up. I haven't seen. When was the last time he showed up? Like freaking Raw after Mania, and then that was it.
Yeah,
I have not seen him since.
He won't be back till what?
SummerSlam.
So
I guarantee you, and I hope.
Who's he facing?
I don't know.
Seth. Could it be a
Roman.
Dean coming back? Maybe another Roman. Could it be a James Ellsworth? We don't know, but
I just hope that whoever wins main event gets a Raw guy. I hope and pray that it's Finn or it's Kevin or it's Bobby. I don't think it's going to be Braun for one reason and one reason only. They do not need him to win because I think he can legitimately beat Lesnar if they decided to put the title on him.
True. Then I got Finn, same as you.
I don't really want Finn, but the thing is, I think they're kind of making Strowman a little bit too strong.
I mean, he's destroying everybody on Raw.
Exactly, like they're kind of making him a little bit too strong, but then when he faces Lesnar, he looks weak.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense.
So you're burying Bobby Roode, Finn Balor, and Kevin Owens for Braun Strowman just for him to get buried for Brock Lesnar.
But this is WWE booking that we're talking about. I mean, have they ever really made sense?
No, I swear, if me, you, Eric, some of my other friends, Hunter, Tyler, if we could get in there, we could make wrestling 10 times better. I guarantee you.
Yeah. I mean, I think anybody could really, any kind of fan. Like, if you could get anybody in there who knows the product better, then, and I don't think it's just that they don't know it. I just think that they don't have to do things. You know, they don't have to make Roman champion, or they don't have to make Finn champion. And ultimately, everything goes down to Vince. So Vince greenlights everything. Vince is ultimately responsible for every decision that we see on TV.
Yep. So we'd be screwed in the first thing we do.
That's what I mean. It wouldn't matter.
We would want to push people. He'd be like, nope, and we're like, we're gonna do it anyway, and we're fired. And like, all right, whatever. So true.
As I guarantee you that Triple H is doing the same thing, and Vince is like, no, we want to push Roman. Why not? Because he's getting booed out of the arena.
If I could, the first thing I'd do if I could book Raw, I'd be on the phone like, I'm looking for a man named Neville.
Who I guess is technically still employed.
He's gone. He's never coming back either. He's gonna be a punk. He's never coming back because they fricked him up, and it irritates me so much because I love him so much.
What's sad though is that you think about it, Enzo and Neville were both gone.
Yep.
Permanently.
And they were like the two. And I hate. This is coming out my mouth. They were probably the best two cruiserweights.
Yep. Neville for his moves, Enzo for his mouth.
Yep. Like
that's how it goes.
Like who else is on there? Kalisto, man. Grandma Talik, I love him, but he just man like a.
The 205 division is just meh. And it shouldn't be.
Siv, I can never say his name.
Kira Tozawa.
Yeah, Tozawa. I was never really impressed with Tozawa. Yeah.
Huh? Cedric Alexander.
Okay, yeah, he's freaking.
Mustafa.
It's Mustafa and Cedric now. And
they're the faces.
And if they screw up, they're gone. We're screwed for 205.
That freaking division is cursed, dude. Everybody's either gone.
Like, look who's held the belt. TJP, jobbed. Brian Kendrick, injured. Well, now he's back, but he's never going to get the belt again. Rick Swan, gone. That's another one that we keep forgetting. Swan.
Yeah, Swan's gone.
Neville, gone. Enzo, gone. Neville, gone. No, wait. I screwed that up. Tozawa, jobbed. Neville, gone. Enzo, gone. Kalisto, jobbed. Hold up, I'm trying to remember all the belts. So it was TJP.
Kalisto won?
Yeah, hold on. It was TJ who won it first. Job. Brian won it off of TJP, who's now like a jobber, I would say, and he was injured. And then Swan won it off him, who's gone. And then Neville beat him, held it for like ever. And I believe Tozawa beat Neville, and then he beat him at SummerSlam. And now Tozawa's a jobber, Neville's gone. And then Neville lost it to Enzo, who is now gone. Enzo lost it to Kalisto on Raw, who was like a jobber. Kalisto lost it to Enzo on Raw. I mean, on a pay-per-view. Can't remember which one. And now Enzo was fired. And then we had a tournament, and now Cedric has it. I just didn't go with the cruiserweights. That held the belt. They were either gone, jobbed.
Yep. And that cursed Royal Rumble number is still cursed. Because Shinsuke Nakamura is not doing a single thing besides dropping AJ, which is, at least he's dropping AJ. He could be dropping, like, somebody else.
It still doesn't help
AJ.
me.
Yeah, I mean, at least AJ can carry him and, like, put him over, but, you know.
And he's going to lose this match, too, and then they're going to go to SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's an
endless
feud. That's just, it's like, it's the Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor feud.
It's getting boring. Like, they milked it.
Stale.
And it's getting, I knew they were going to do it, too, because New Japan, they had a freaking phenomenal match. And then WrestleMania comes, they had probably a bad match. And
it was a meh match.
It could have been so much better, but they just went so fast with it.
And Shinsuke just got his butt whooped for like 20 minutes. I'm like, Shinsuke, do something, man.
Greatest Royal Rumble, meh. The other pay-per-view they had was really good. Terrible ending. SmackDown, really good match. The best I think they've had. And now Money in the Bank.
I hope Money in the Bank is their best one.
It's a last man standing match, and I
think it will be.
I swear on everything. If they book it to where both of them can't enter the count of 10, I'm throwing something at my TV.
And that's the thing, like, we gotta talk about this real quick. So how predictable is WWE right now?
Predictable is almighty. Like, it's getting at the point to where I'll watch pay-per-views and I'll predict everyone who's gonna win. And it's like, seriously?
True.
Like this. The only thing I can't predict in this pay-per-view is the Money in the Bank match. Because everyone thinks Strowman is gonna win. I think it's either gonna be Finn, Kevin. I hope. I don't want Strowman to win because he doesn't need it. I don't want Miz to win because it's a waste. Because Miz doesn't need it. He can get it on his own. I don't want a New Day because it's just a New Day. I guess the next one I guess would be Bobby because I think he should win IC.
Well, I mean, even if he can win Universal by cashing in, he'll be a great champion. Like, I mean, look what he did with NXT.
But they need to turn him heel too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Bobby Roode should not be a face right now.
Like, they don't know who to turn face and who face to heel, and it's like, seriously?
That's what makes me so afraid about them bringing, like, Aleister Black to Raw.
I told my mom straight up, if Vince screws up Aleister, I'm not watching wrestling.
Yeah.
If they mess up Aleister, I'm not watching wrestling.
That's the thing, man.
You can't mess up Aleister unless you make him a joke, and I swear Vince is going to do that. If Vince does it, I am done.
That's what I mean. What if they just had him just like, you know how Finn got the Braun treatment, how he got beat for like 3 weeks on Raw? What if Aleister made Vince mad and he gave him the Braun treatment for 3 weeks? Oh no, Aleister getting... I can see it. I don't want to see it, but I can see it. That's how awful it is. I can see it.
If he does it, I am so done with Vince. I will personally hate Vince McMahon on the next level if they frick up Aleister. Because you fricked up Punk. How you frick up Punk, who was one of my favorite wrestlers. How the frick you frick up Neville, which was another one of my favorite wrestlers. And now Aleister Black.
What about Drew?
I like Drew, but like he wasn't like for my all-time wrestling list.
Oh yeah, true.
Like it was always Punk. Punk was always number one because it was Punk. Punk would just tear the house down. And then it was Neville because Punk left. So I'm like, okay, I got Neville at least. Neville I always had a king to because he was different. He wasn't. That Bennett in the Red Arrow was just so freaking beautiful. And now Black, because the way that they book him, his tattoos, his backstory, everything, it's like, holy crap, this dude is actually freaking pretty cool. And not that I don't hate any wrestlers. Like, I used to hate Gender. Now he's having creative freedom on Raw, and he's freaking funny, and he's putting on good matches. That's one thing Raw can do better than SmackDown is book Gender.
Way better.
Way better. Enzo, I'm having more respect for because he's actually starting to wrestle again, and he wants to get better. And looking back at his stuff, like, yeah, he was annoying, but it was still, I would still rather have him than Lesnar. I would still rather have him than Lesnar because at least he would show up every day, and he did. And
Let's talk about that real quick, though, because we didn't mention this yet. But Brock Lesnar has officially beaten CM Punk's title reign. Talk about that real quick. What's your thoughts on that? Because
do I have to get a sniper rifle and shoot somebody?
please don't shoot me. I'm just doing a podcast, man.
Don't shoot the messenger. I just don't under. This is from the heart. Vince, you're petty. Point blank, you were petty for trying to erase CM Punk from history. Because here's two things: he broke the reign, but it was with the Universal, not with the WWE Championship. Which he can't erase Punk from history. There's just no way. You can't reverse Benoit, and you can't get him out of history.
Who's Benoit?
You know who Benoit was.
Just playing. WWE's brainwashing me.
They tried to give him the treatment, but you can't.
Who's Hulk Hogan?
That too. You can't try to erase people from your history that made your company good. Without Hulk Hogan, you would be nothing. And you know it, Vince. Without Benoit, you can't. You would be something, but like you just can't erase him from history.
You know what I've noticed though is that since because when Hulk Hogan got in his trouble, and then when the Benoit treatment happened, it kind of went to the second person down. Like when Benoit was erased, it became Eddie Guerrero, which I like that, but it's like that was Chris Benoit, and Eddie Guerrero kind of took over as they were cruiserweights, right? Well, Eddie Guerrero kind of took over that spot of being like the best cruiserweight, and then when Hulk Hogan got into his trouble, Ultimate Warrior was kind of put in as the guy who was carrying the company and stuff.
Yeah, like I don't get that. Like you can't reverse them from history. Like you can't. Hulk will always have the longest reigning modern day WWE Championship reign. Brock may have beat his record, but it's not for it's not with that belt. It's with a whole different belt. So you can't erase him from history. You can have AJ break it, which I think they're trying to slide in with us because if you've noticed, AJ's held it as long as Lesnar almost.
Did he beat Jinder?
He beat no, he won it I think he won it in December and has held it December, January, February, March, April, May, June. He's held it for like almost 7 months now.
Yeah, I think he might. I think AJ should be the one to break it, not Brock, because first of all, like you said, I mean, the Universal title is a different breed of title than the World Championship. It was even billed as that when they were building up the first Universal Championship match. They even said that it's not the World Heavyweight, it's the Universal, the Galaxy. You're champion like the whole.
The Galaxy.
Yeah, you're champion of the Milky Way. And I'm like, okay.
What if Brock Lesnar has defended the Universal title against aliens and Thanos and all that creatures?
Freaking no events. He put freaking Brock over everything. Make him F5 aliens and spaceships and
he's freaking F5 Thanos and Thanos would die. And
yeah.
It's like, what?
But I think that I think he'd be really over. Vince like, put him over. Put him over.
You don't have the power, Earthling.
But I think that it just doesn't make sense because, like I said, the Universal Champion. That's like, well, yeah, he broke his IC title reign, even though he has the United States title. It's like that's two different titles.
You big doof. And I get it. Everyone's upset because Brock did break it, but it's with a whole different belt.
That's what makes me mad. It's like, yeah, I knew that records eventually get broken, but if it's a total different belt on a total different show, because really, I know that the WWE Championship was on Raw, but like you think of it, it kind of bounced back. No, actually, I think it stayed on Raw for a while. It stayed on Raw, but when they combined the belts is what I'm talking about. But it's still different, just because that it's a main event title doesn't mean it's a world heavyweight championship. It's a universal title. It should be its own category. Like IC, like hardcore, like European, like even like heavyweight. Which, yeah, I know what a light heavyweight belt is. Don't ask me how I know that, but somehow I do. I don't know how anybody knows about light heavyweight anymore. But those are all separate titles. Universal is different than the world heavyweight. WWE is different than the world heavyweight. So never got that. I never got that.
It's just he broke it. Whoa, there you go. Everyone's ticked about it, but he just can't. He can't break it with the other belt because I think WWE's been playing us this whole time because AJ has the belt that Punk technically had. So yeah. I think they slithered Brock under us to distract us from, holy crap, AJ's gonna break it. But I'd rather have AJ than anybody. But it's still like
they make him lose to Shinsuke Nakamura
with 1 day left.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet. That's what I thought was gonna happen to Brock.
Oh, really? They were gonna have him drop it?
They were gonna have him drop him with 1 day left for him to break it. Like maybe 10 or something. It's like, they did all that to not even break the reign of the dude you're trying to erase, and you can't do it. Like, that's something Vince would do. And I just think it's time for Vince to step down, have Triple H take control, have Triple H just run it because he can do it. He will listen to the fans, and he will put on 10 times better more matches. He will make people look strong. He would make people look strong, and he would hope like he would make it 10 times better than Vince because Vince doesn't understand indie wrestling anymore. Like he wants big, buffy, big men, and we don't want that. We want the high flying guys that aren't that big but ain't cruiserweights. And it's like, if you get put in the cruiserweight division, there goes your career.
Like Miz said to Enzo, it wasn't that he got put in 205 Live because he was cruiserweight. He got put there because it was just the last resort. And it's like, really, think about it. I hate to say it like this, but 205 is the gutter. You get put in 205, it's hard to come out of that. And people get put in there that don't need to be put in there. Like, why is Hideo in there? Like, I like Hideo, but why is he in 205?
But I will say that Triple H did take control of 205, but he has been putting on a lot better matches. Like that match with Cedric and Buddy that I haven't seen, but everyone's like, holy crap, that was a good match, and I gotta go watch it. I feel like I'm gonna love it, and I'm gonna watch more 205 Live, and then I'm gonna get sucked in and seeing Neville, and I'm like,
yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I just think it's bullcrap how Neville got screwed out of that, and that's coming from an Enzo fan, but he really did get screwed out of that title.
They did a weird. They didn't even do it right. I think they were trying to do a double reversal, turn Neville face, turn Enzo heel, and it totally vomited in their face.
Yeah, because you build him up like a face and you give him a heel finish, and thus we're cheering, but then we're like, wait a minute, we shouldn't be cheering. He did a low blow. Like, they completely messed it up. Granted, they picked it up afterwards because Enzo became a pretty good heel, but it's just they still did it the wrong way.
He looked so terrible after that match too on the next Raw. Like when Enzo was talking about blah blah. Like I think he said you haven't sniffed the main event. Bro, like he wore his hair down, like he like didn't brush it, like he had like bangs under his eyes, like he looked miserable. I'm like, what the frick happened to Neville? And after that, we never saw him again. I'm like,
He went out being Madeline Raw.
he kind of did.
I wonder if he walked out on that Raw.
No, he walked out on the Raw where he was going to lose to Enzo again.
I mean, did you know any details, like how did it go down? You just told Vince he wasn't going to do it?
This is what I knew from this day. So it was going to be Neville versus Enzo in a non-title match, and Enzo was going to win by cheating. And Neville, I've heard two different things. I've heard Neville walked out, and then they had to get Kalisto and change it up. I also heard that he never even showed up. Like he just said, "I'm not doing it," and he just left.
Dang, man.
And it's not his fault; it's their fault. Like, why are you gonna make Neville lose to Enzo?
Exactly.
Neville is like 10 times better than some of the guys on the main roster, and like tell him go lose to Enzo. It's like, wait, what'd you just say to me? I cannot wrestle half the guys on the main roster. I cannot wrestle Roman Reigns. You're telling me to lose to this guy?
Yeah.
This guy?
But I do think that Enzo was able. I mean, it does suck that Neville lost, but I was impressed with how Enzo was able to kind of take that situation and make a good heel turn out of it, because he really was able to take that and get heat from it. And I think that as a heel move is smart, because your goal as a heel is to get heat. So you're gonna say things to get heat. You're gonna do things to get heat, and he did those, and that's why he got pushed so much after that, is because he got that heat as a heel, and Vince is like, oh, doing pretty good as a heel. That's why Jenner got pushed, because people didn't like him. I bet Vince thought it was because he was a heel. It's like, no, because he's holding that title that he shouldn't be holding. Even that's coming from me, Jinder Mahal fan. He should not be holding that world championship. But he did what he could with it. And that's what he did with it.
But was it worth it to have Enzo a good heel at the expense of Neville's career?
I don't think it was. I think it was a complete waste. I think it was just terrible. Because what did it accomplish?
Both of them are gone now.
It's pointless. Now you don't have Neville or Enzo. You don't have the mouthpiece. You don't have the worker. It's not worker, but the wrestler, the technical guy. You don't have those guys anymore.
You don't have the guy who basically made the division what it was, and the other guy who helped skyrocket to the main event. And
exactly.
Now they're both gone.
Granted, both of them probably hate each other, but they help each other.
I don't think they hate each other. I think they're friends in real life.
They don't want to do it. It really isn't their fault. It's booking and events and decisions by backstage politics and stuff like that. And
another way I knew Neville was gone was when Kevin Owens had an Instagram for I think the first or second time, and he posted a picture of him and Neville, and it was in black and white, and I knew it. I was like, they've been friends since indie days, to where Kevin didn't even have facial hair, and Neville was like a scrawny, wee little baby man, and it was just, I knew it at that picture. It was like he's gone, and I knew it if he didn't come back to the Rumble, or the Greatest Royal Rumble, he was gone, and he hasn't come back, and Vince screwed the pooch.
Didn't you say that you thought he came back though?
I thought it was Baron Corbin's stupid theme song. I don't know why. Every time I hear it, sometimes it sounds like his I was like, and it was Corbin. I was like, I felt like I was like, I got so hyped. Just look at me, I was like, and then Corbin comes out, and I was just like, my energy, my heart just sunk in my body, and I was just like, I don't even want to watch it anymore.
Bruh, I was
just my energy.
Hey, but you did get Hurricane. At least you got that.
I got Hurricane, but for what? To get eliminated 5 seconds in by
and the triple
Cena?
On pancakes.
Just to get eliminated by Cena? You freaking Vince, you suck for that one. Cena, you suck.
The funniest part was when he flipped him the pancakes, and he was trying to sell it with the pose. I was like,
oh my! Imagine the matches between Hurricane and Neville. Oh, why can't you bring Hurricane back, Vince? Why can't you bring a Neville back?
That's just over.
Why?
No more.
Why?
Why do you, like I said many times, why do you think I stopped watching? But the big reason why I stopped watching though is because I got tired of watching something that when I can watch something better. Like literally, you sit down and watch NXT, phenomenal. That's great. You watch Raw and SmackDown, it's 50-50, hit and miss. Sometimes you get a good Raw, even decent Raw. Sometimes you get a really, really bad Raw and really, really boring Raw that has nothing going on. But I think it's weird because Raw and SmackDown, their ratings right now are just some of the like lowest I think on the program they're on. Was it USA?
Mhm.
It's some of the lowest, and they used to be some of the highest. They used to be some of the highest in television history.
Just bring back Neville. I want him back so bad, but it's not gonna happen.
Never,
It's never
sadly.
gonna happen.
But we do have people to replace him.
Oh
Well, we do have Cedric,
no,
Mustafa,
no,
Hideo.
no!
Those are some good talents in 205.
They will never be Neville. They will never be on the Neville level.
Fanboy level going out of control, but
It is. I'm ticked off. I miss my man Neville.
well,
Think of the
maybe
matches.
maybe one day
Think of the matches. Neville versus Jeff Hardy.
he'll be back at WrestleMania 55. Old man Neville coming back.
Neville versus Jeff Hardy. Neville versus Shelton Benjamin. Neville versus Randy Orton.
Neville versus Jinder Mahal.
Yes, that
could be a good match. Neville versus AJ Styles.
Neville versus goddamn AJ freaking Styles.
Neville versus Sami Zayn.
Neville versus Seth Rollins. Again.
Dean Ambrose.
Roman Reigns. Think of the matches, Vince.
Brock Lesnar. Ooh, never mind. Suplex.
I mean, he did call out Lesnar, and I was like, what?
No.
That's what I said. He said, you like suplexing people? I like to suplex you. I was like, oh, the cojones.
Well, that suplex, the thing called being suplexed out of the main event. Oh, I don't want it to happen to you, man.
Hey, at least I admit it. Unlike Daniel Bryan fans who think Daniel Bryan can actually have a chance.
I'm a Daniel Bryan. I'm a fan, but man, he'd get killed. Finn Balor would get killed. Shinsuke would get killed. AJ's already been killed.
I don't know.
Roman.
That demon Finn Balor. That's a next level Finn Balor.
What is it? A Super Saiyan?
Basically,
he puts on that paint and he gets superpowers. He's able to wrestle better.
Dude, I swear to you, it is because if you look at the game, he has like a 92.
I know.
His freaking paint.
I'm like, what's the difference?
So apparently, if you get paint on, you get better overall.
Did Sting have the same overall, or did he get different overalls?
He got different overall with all of his ones. I think his lowest was like an 89, and that was like 80. Like he was an 88, and he had 89. I was like,
wow.
I'm like, so face paint does help.
So the crow face paint is when he started getting the higher ranks.
So the emo, like more emo, it got the higher it got because it went the 88 one, and then the WCW one with like the yellow and purple, and then no, it was modern day Sting because he's old, and then the 88, and then the WCW, and then I think the Wolfpack, and then the WCW black and white one.
That's the highest one, I think. Yeah.
I was like, whoa. And again, here's the thing for 2K: stop putting any Stings. We don't need 4 Stings.
Yeah, just put in Wolfpack, modern, and old Crow. It's good. Or put them all in one because they're freaking cheapening you out. Because it's the biggest roster. But most of it is secondary skins or useless. Not saying useless. Okay. But Hall of Famer legends that I don't play as ever.
Okay, you want to know what really ticked me off? If you hit Finn Balor, you can just go down and there's a demon form, but then there's a demon Finn Balor you can play as.
I know. It's like, was he a separate person? Is it a separate being?
Like 2K, fix your game.
It's like we have Hulk Hogan and we have Mr. America. They're 2 different people,
but it's the biggest roster.
I know. It's like they cheap you out. It's
they do. At least with Undertaker's like the gimmick one. Like
they have different gimmicks and different entrances.
Remember when music? It was the first Taker, and like he had 3 different outfits. I'm like, there you go, put 3 different outfits for the Taker, and then he had the biker and he had normal. I'm like, that's fine. Like,
that I can understand.
Do that with Sting, like having 88 WCW, NWO, and then WCW Crow. And it's like, there you go. And then don't put freaking Demon Finn Balor in because it's just a waste of space. Here are people that need to not put in the game.
Bushwhackers. We're just a barber beefcake.
And keep him. I know people don't play as him, but like it's better than not having him and not having Hogan.
Sorry, but Albert.
Yes, Albert.
Who I don't think I've ever played as Albert since No Mercy. WWF No Mercy for N64.
Alundra Blaze. I don't see any.
I like Alundra.
I don't see you play as her.
No.
Exactly.
Tatsumi Fujinami. Keep him in there.
Tatanka. Get Tatanka out.
No.
Yes.
No Tatanka.
Tatanka needs to go.
Take him out. Yeah, take him out.
Typhoon and
the natural disasters.
Yes, well, keep Earthquake because I played as Earthquake. I like the move set.
Just don't get both the tag team. Just take them out.
Well, then keep them. I don't know.
I'm not really. I mean, Jim Neidhart. I mean, what you gonna do with Jim Neidhart?
I don't seen anyone play as Jim Neidhart. I'm sorry, get him out.
Buddy Roberts.
Who?
Buddy Roberts.
Who?
I don't know. Larry Zbyszko.
Yes, keep Larry because he's actually.
Yeah, I actually like Larry, but still, who do you play as Larry?
I think Eric played as him.
I can't say no. I'm a fan of Tatsumi Fujinami. I never played as him.
I think Eric's played as him too.
I just think he's a pretty cool wrestler with a good history.
They just need to get rid of people that like no one plays as, like the Bushwhackers. Like they're the main ones.
Here's some ones that I would love to play.
The Rock and Roll Express. Like, what was the point of putting them in? Like, half the kids don't even know who they are. Like, yeah, mommy, who's the Rock and Roll Express? Son, let me tell you about a time when wrestling was good.
Here's what they should put in. Okay, here's a good example. Okay, Marty Jannetty. I'm kidding.
Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit, Hulk Hogan, Neville, everybody. Sabu.
No. Okay. Sabu. Put in Sabu. Put in Tommy Dreamer. Put in Taz. You can put in. Who else? Scott Steiner. I'm joking.
Oh, good. Holla, if you hear me.
55. What do you say?
You have like a 55% chance of winning, and take that 55 and Kurt Angle has like
whatever math he did in that.
Oh, that was hilarious. He said like you got a 29% chance of winning, and Kurt Angle got a 4.5 chance of winning. You take that, you divide it by the chance I got, and you got a 3.5 quarter chance of winning the.
Would you keep it Sid Vicious?
I keep Sid.
Yeah, he has a good move set. I like Sid.
He has a good move set.
Take out Jim Neidhart, the Rock and Roll Express. I don't really care for. I mean, I like them, but not in the game. You know, I don't really play them as the Bushwhackers. First of all, no offense, but why are the Bushwhackers in the Hall of Fame?
They did nothing.
Well, they licked little kids' faces. That's all they did.
And one of them's gay.
Did not know that.
Yeah, one of them's gay.
The Bushwhacker. One of the Bushwhack. I'm not even gonna say that anymore. But you can keep him Mr. Perfect. Take out Buddy Roberts. I don't play with Buddy Roberts.
I'm trying to think of who bought.
He's Greg the Hammer Valentine. Should they keep him in there?
I think keep Greg.
Yeah, keep Greg. Why not? He's a legend.
Keep Dusty.
Keep Larry.
Keep Larry. Keep Eddie. Keep Edge.
Tatsumi.
I don't care. I don't know about him. I think get rid of him. I don't ever play as him.
He's a Japanese legend. How do you know? Even though I don't play as him, he's still a legend. But does I don't know. Tatanka's like, why would you want to play as Tatanka?
Tatanka's moveset is terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
And it's so easy to reverse his stuff.
It's like, I miss when they used to put in good legends. Like, at least they gave a Shake the Snake. Okay, that's a pretty good legend. But like, remember how they used to give you all freaking good legends? It's like now, I mean, you do get Rick Rude, and you do get Cactus Jack and Mick Foley's faces.
Again, Cactus Jack had 2 attires.
Yeah.
Put it under one.
Nobody plays as that other one. He plays the one shirt.
I played as the other one. I actually have a belt with that other one.
Oh.
I know.
Well. You're the only one. I'm just joking. Well, what happened to the theme songs? They're different in this game. Like Cactus Jack's used to be like, but then now it's like that weird theme song.
Well, that's the one I had in WCW. That was the heel Cactus Jack. We had a different theme song, which was weird.
Oh yeah, true. But at least they did give us like Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love. You know.
To think that
put in Hulk Hogan.
The Dudleys are coming back.
The Dudleys, okay, that's good. like I said, Taz, put in some ECW legends. I would want to. Why was Mike Whip? You have a chance to put in ECW legends, and you put in Steve Austin from ECW, which I don't remember at all.
Don't even Steve Austin.
Yeah, and then they put in Mikey Whipwreck. I'm like, you had a chance to put in Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, Taz, Sandman, anybody,
Oh,
and you put in Mikey Whipwreck. I'll take Sandman over Mikey Whipwreck. I mean, Mikey Whipwreck didn't get any offense, and that was his gimmick. So it's like, I think he had a higher rating than most of the other people on that game.
Not Sandman. At least if Sandman gets him, give him like a freaking 8 overall.
Give him something low, but still, do something else than Mikey Whipwreck. I mean, he didn't really do anything. I mean, I liked him as a character, but to put him in a game, it's pointless. Because, like, what did he do? He didn't really do anything. His gimmick was to not do anything. It's like putting James Ellsworth in the game.
That's what
the point.
They never did.
Kind of like there's no point to have a James Ellsworth elite, but, you know, he's gone now, but, you know.
No, I'm not getting his elite.
I'm not getting that Enzo elite with the sauce.
No.
I got the sauce t-shirt.
I tell you for the 100th time, you get me an Enzo freaking elite, I'm gonna burn it or hit it with a baseball bat.
But I thought you said you have respect for Enzo.
I do have respect. I don't want a toy of him.
But he can be there to remind you every day of two careers that died.
Yeah, and I don't want to see that. If I do, I would kick his head down his throat. His figure, not him.
I thought you met him. I'm like, dang, you know he does Make-A-Wishes on Instagram.
So did Neville.
True.
So did Sabu, probably.
Sabu doing Make-A-Wish? That's the most hardcore one. Like, I'm gonna put you to a table, kid.
Wait,
no.
Oh my gosh, that's funny right there. Oh, I wish they'd start doing a cheat code thing. Like, you just do like a whole bunch of random cheat codes you can unlock people.
And, yeah, true. That would be pretty cool.
And one of them's Chris Benoit.
I'd take Carlito. Put in Carlito again. I'm sorry, I'd say it. Put in Hurricane, but also put in Boogeyman.
Put in Hurricane and Boogeyman. I'm tired of not seeing my boy Hurricane again.
And Boogeyman is my favorite gimmick.
Hurricane is my favorite. I love Boogeyman, but freaking, I loved his gimmick, but Hurricane just made me laugh so much.
Well, yeah, Hurricane had more personality, I think, than Boogeyman did, but
Boogeyman tried to scare our president who didn't even do anything. He just looked at him like, wrong.
But I don't know, man. Where are we at in this discussion?
I don't know. We went from Brock Lesnar to CM Punk to freaking Roman Reigns, back to Brock Lesnar, back to Punk, back to talking about Roman Reigns for it seemed like an hour, and then freaking back to Punk, back to freaking times and scripts, and then back, and then I think someone brought up the game. I think it was me. And then back to Lesnar, and then back to the game. It's like, oops.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We ramble.
I mean, it's live. It's kind of how it goes, you know. But
just get the belt off of Lesnar as soon as possible.
Repackage Roman like you've been saying for 3 years. Just do something, man. Please.
Do something different. And
your product is stale and old, and it's getting really boring to watch.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Geez.
I'm just kidding.
The heel turn.
I mean, it is kind of stale, though. It's not old, but I can say it's stale.
Sometimes it is stale. Like that Money in the Bank pay-per-view, that was terrible.
I just think WWE right now is just really stale, really predictable.
I just wish Ring of Honor had their own TV show instead of New Japan, because I would watch that nonstop.
I think everybody Raw would be like getting on TV, like they say, "Oh, Hunter, go out there and tell them to watch our program." It's like, what am I supposed to say? Just tell them that you're gonna be wrestling a mob. Maybe then they'll come back.
A mob, yes. You're going to retirement home.
Oh no, I don't need to go. I see mops everywhere. And Moppy. That's the end.
Moppy. It's like, why?
But I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to add on to this? I mean,
the games, fix the games.
Yeah, fix the freaking games, because I create characters and then an update happens and it deletes everything. And I'm like,
not even that. It's just fix your
glitches,
the glitches,
unfair, unbalancing.
OP submissions.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, no problem with OP finisher. Man. That's a pass.
Make those submissions not so OP. That would be lovely.
I mean, you don't have to. I mean, you could.
Don't listen to him. He has an OP finisher. That's a freaking leg lock.
That wins every time. But
put in people that we want in, and don't put in the bushwhackers every year.
I know. It's like they got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and they're in every game. It's like
I want the Dudleys.
Plays. Now the Von Erichs, keep them in there.
Yes.
They deserve to be in the game.
Put all 4 in though, not just 2.
I know. It's weird. It's like not all 4. It's kind of incomplete. It's like the Hart Foundation. No, we're not going to put an Owen Hart.
Or Brian Pillman. Put Brian Pillman back in the freaking game. Why did y'all even take him out?
Yeah, put him in 2K16. Take him out and keep the Bushwhackers in. What kind of sense does that make?
I'd rather have 5 Chris Benoits in a game than the Bushwhackers. I'm being serious.
That's never gonna happen.
I'd rather have a Sabu, a freaking Chris Benoit, CM Punk, and a Neville than the Bushwhackers.
Yeah, they just need to get taken out. Like nobody plays them.
If someone plays as a Bushwhacker, please let us know so we can just be in all of you.
I mean, at least with the Bushwhackers being in the Hall of Fame, I mean, at least we can look forward to Boogeyman and Hurricane getting in the Hall of Fame. I mean, if the Bushwhackers made it in, I'm pretty sure
I think since the Bushwhackers got in, anyone could get in.
True. And Jeff Jarrett, if he can get in.
He's going to be in the game next year.
That's cool. I want to see him in the game.
I guarantee you he is, because they always do the Hall of Fame packs.
Yeah.
If Dudley's got in, he got in. They're definitely going to. I can't believe Jarrett's going to get in.
I won't lie. It's pretty cool seeing Godfather back in any WWE game. And Papa Shango.
Do you even play as Papa Shango?
No. I play as Godfather sometimes.
I don't ever. I've seen one person play as Godfather, Dylan.
No, you know what the funnest part about, you know what the funnest time to play as Godfather is? WWF No Mercy. That was the best time to play as all the gimmick characters. Like, I remember I used to play Rikishi, Test, Albert, like all those guys.
Test into a game. I love that.
Yeah. Test. Bring Test back.
I just wish they would put in people.
Tajiri. I want to see Tajiri back.
Bro, they did Tajiri dirty. They hyped him up for the cruiserweight division, and they were like, he didn't get on TV, and he's like, I want to wrestle him, and Vince was like, you're too old. And he was like,
oh,
and then he got fired.
Oh my gosh! All because of his. I'm not gonna sound mean, but he's too old. But Undertaker.
No, it's not even. It's not even that. It's the fact that they brought him back to hype up the cruiserweight division, to have him do like 1 or 2 matches, and then just say, "Oh, you're too old. Bye. You're fired."
That's just ridiculous.
Vince, you screwed up on that one again.
Stupid. But anyways, guys, we've been babbling on for a little bit here. I mean, I don't know. You got anything else you want to add on to it?
Please, for the love of everything, get the Bushwhackers out of the game.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say, is get the freaking Bushwhackers out of the freaking game.
Yeah, and fix the glitches, fix the bugs, make it at least better.
Make it.
Add a story mode in with actual cutscenes and audio.
Make it
please.
Make it to where a freaking move doesn't teleport you into it, because that's annoying.
Or make it to where a weapon isn't OP, to where when you get off the ground, you get hit immediately again.
That is annoying.
Or teleporting
Finishers.
all over the place. No, not even that. It's like all over the place. Teleporting.
Remember when I think I reversed one of your finishers in the Rumble, and I was legit in the air? I was walking on the air.
It was so funny. I was like, "You're breaking the rules of gravity!" Oh my gosh, it's over.
And I didn't move, and I should have. I didn't move, and you're just trying to get me, and it wouldn't work.
I know. I was like, I can't. Dang it! This match is awful, man. Come on.
And I hit a move, and my dude does a freaking suicide dive. I'm like, what?
I know. This game is definitely pretty broken right now, but
hopefully 19 they fix everything. I love 18, but good lord, the bugs in that game is ridiculous. And also, rest in peace to the Jason game.
Oh my gosh, dude, I can't believe that happened, dude.
Whoever sued You, sir, are a capital D bag.
I mean, it just sucks because that big update just came out, and people are saying that maybe they knew about the game going to get shut down, so that's why they had the big update. And maybe that's why they have it 150, not 150,
121.
yeah, 21, because they know that that's their last update.
They couldn't give us Uber Jason though.
Yeah, no Uber Jason,
No more.
no spaceship map, no more new kills, no more DLC, no more new maps.
Who sued him? I want to know who sued him.
I heard it was Victor Miller, who's the writer of the original Friday the 13th.
That dude
Because
can go suck a hot dog.
well, the thing is though, is that I've always thought Victor Miller was a cool guy because I've always seen him in interviews and I'm friends with him and everything. And it's like I've always thought Victor Miller was a cool person. Now I'm not 100% sure if Victor Miller is responsible. I just heard it, but if he is, and man, like it's just like why go after it's
You better send that boy a message on Facebook like you took away my game. I don't like you anymore.
It's crazy. It's like the guy has made so much money off
You're
of Jason.
already a freaking billionaire. Just let us have a game.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my point is. Like it's like you make all this money, and Sean S. Cunningham owns the rights to Friday the 13th, but somehow a writer can come in and own the rights. Like it doesn't make sense to me.
That'd be really funny though.
What?
They hurried up and like they legit like they got sued and everything, but they still gave us the freaking new count. Like they secretly updated it real quick, and then like we got Uber Jason, the remake new Jason, like every freaking like different Jason, and then freaking all the new counselors and maps and kill packs, and they're like, shh, it's our little secret.
I wish, but sadly, the only killer game that we have right now is Dead by Daylight. That's a pretty good game, but we're always going to miss Friday the 13th. But I'm going to continue to play it until I can get up and swap. Just don't know how much longer the game's going to be alive. It's pretty much dying right now, but it's pretty much dead.
If you might be like me and you might be the only like two people alive that will play that game.
Yeah, because now that the game is, you got games like Fortnite who are going to update every month. It's like it's going to bury that competition. It's going to bury Friday the 13th, but you know.
And Friday was such a good.
I know it had a good run. You know, it stayed on for 2 years.
I just wanted Uber Jason.
You know, it did its run, and I'm glad that it at least was accomplished. But I will say this: when you think you got Jason down for the count, he always comes back alive. So I'm curious to see what they would do.
What if they counter sue him and they win? And they can get
That's what I mean. Like I hope they can counter it. Maybe they can fix it. Maybe they can make a deal with them and say, hey, if you get this much revenue, can we have the game's rights back? Maybe we can get it revived again.
The thing I don't understand, he's already rich. Why are you getting butthurt because you didn't get contact about a game?
I don't know. It's just
you greedy,
you know?
Man.
It sucks. But then again, I don't know if it's Victor Miller. I don't know if it was one of the other writers. I'm not sure, but I did hear
whichever writer it is, you just go choke on a hot dog and die.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. You took away one of the best games in recent memories to where I can't get Uber Jason now and new other Jasons and kills because some of the other Jasons need some kills and maps and counselors.
No more. Done. But like I said, even though the game's died, doesn't mean that Jason's dead yet. There could be a new movie, which would branch off a whole new series. But then again, they could make another game. What if they decide to make another game?
Or they just counter sue, get the game back,
yeah.
And everyone's happy.
So anything could happen right now.
I just hope they legit counter sue and they get the game back.
But for right now, that's the scary thing though, is that for right now, everything is like for sure. Like the game is dead right now. It's not coming back.
What if like I started the game up and it says, due to lawsuits, here's Uber Jason for free?
I mean, that'd be amazing, but
with all the maps and kills, it's like, but Uber Jason's 150.
It might be. I mean, they've at least given people something to play towards. But
I just wish they would have put it in, even though they got sued, put it in and just say, screw it. If we're not going to be able to put updates, let's put in Uber Jason, put in other Jasons that we thought of, put in maps, put in the counselors, and then just be like, frick you, we do whatever we want, and then take the freaking money.
Yeah.
Because you greedy, greedy, greedy man. Whoever sued, you are greedy.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, that about wraps the video right here. Colton, you got anything else you want to add?
Greed is a terrible thing.
There you have it. Vote for Colton. But anyways,
if I become president, I'll update the game myself.
wrong. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching.
I'm
Colt,
not
thanks for
wrong.
joining. And I will see you guys on the next review. Explorer of Horror is out.